I'm Claire. I've worked at PwC for 5 years, sitting within consulting.
I'm Jane. I'm a PA in LMT.
I'm John. I'm a partner in the independence team in compliance.
I'm Ali. I'm a manager in the assurance practice in Cambridge.
I am Gilly. I am a partner and I sit on our assurance leadership team.
Outside of work, I like to cycle. I really enjoy running.
I'm married and I have a 9-year-old son.
Before joining PwC, I was a scuba diving instructor in the Caribbean. Got a reading speed of somewhere around 1,600 words a minute, so it's quite an expensive hobby, to be honest.
I love keeping fit, so going to the gym.
I have a daughter called Poppy who has just turned 7, and so outside of work my life tends to revolve around her.
I was diagnosed with an eating disorder, for me anorexia. It took me a long time to recognise and admit that I had a problem.
I was diagnosed as being depressed, brought on through work-related stress.
I've suffered from depression on and off for about the last 20 years. I reached a point where I was incredibly low. And one day at work, I walked into my people manager's office and told him I wanted to kill myself. From then, it's a bit of a blur.
So I was pregnant 5 times before I had Poppy, and each time I lost the baby. And as soon as she was born, I was gripped by this really paralysing fear that something bad was going to happen to her. I began to control my eating, and that turned into a pretty serious eating disorder.
So I was diagnosed with an anxiety disorder, panic attacks and depression. My GP and getting a diagnosis was just a relief that there was actually something wrong with me that was real.
I'm much better able to manage my eating disorder on a daily basis, and actually it's amazing how many other people have experienced or know people that have experienced eating disorders themselves.
I'm okay now. I wouldn't say I'm the best in the world, but I think understanding how depression affects me at work and at home helps me counteract some of the really negative aspects of it. And the more I've spoken to people, the more people have spoken to me about their own experiences and the difficulties that they face.
I'm still anxious. I've accepted I'm a worrier and that's it, that's not going to change, but I'm in control of it now and that makes a big difference.
The biggest step I took was admitting I had a mental health illness. Because I'm a successful, organised, ambitious, together kind of person, and before I got sick I would never in a million years have thought I was the kind of person who could have a mental health problem.
I'm much more aware of what I need to be careful of in terms of my triggers. And I don't think it should be any different me talking about what goes on here to the fact that I once broke my wrist or I've sprained my knee.
I'm Claire and this is me.
I'm Gilly and this is me.
I'm John and this is me.
I'm Jane and this is me.
I'm Ali, and this is me.